Welcome to Talkpoint, your trusted source for verified, fact-based reporting from across the United States and around the world. Former US President Donald Trump has arrived in Jerusalem for what Israeli leaders are calling a historic visit, marking the first time a former American president has delivered a formal address to Israel's parliament, the Senate. The visit comes as Israel confirms that a large group of the hostages held in Gaza has been released, following international mediation involving Egypt, Qatar, and the United States. According to verified reporting from Reuters, the Associated Press, and the Times of Israel, Trump was invited to Israel by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Senate Speaker Amir Ohana. During his address, Trump reaffirmed his long-standing support for Israel and recalled his 2017 decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, a move that he said strengthened the alliance between two democratic nations. In his remarks, Trump called for global unity against terrorism and expressed hope for long-term peace and stability in the Middle East. Israeli lawmakers from the governing coalition praised the visit as a symbol of lasting friendship, while members of the opposition called it a symbolic moment with limited policy impact. The timing of Trump's visit coincides with renewed optimism in Israel as dozens of hostages have been freed in recent days. The Israeli government confirmed that most of the surviving hostages from the recent conflict have now been released, though officials also acknowledged that several individuals remain missing or accounted for. The hostage releases are part of an ongoing humanitarian agreement supported by the United Nations and the United States and regional partners. In a joint appearance, Prime Minister Netanyahu thanked Trump for what he described as unwavering friendship, adding that Israel remains committed to working with its international allies to ensure the safety of all citizens and strengthen peace efforts in the region. Meanwhile, the White House confirmed that President Joe Biden was briefed on the developments, including the progress of the hostage negotiations and Trump's visit to Israel. US officials welcomed the release of hostages and called for continued diplomatic cooperation to achieve a permanent ceasefire and expanded humanitarian access in Gaza. Trump's visit has also drawn attention in Washington, where political analysts say it highlights his ongoing influence in foreign affairs despite being out of office. Supporters view the speech as a reminder of his record on Middle East policy, while critics say the timing could carry political implications as global attention remains focused on peace efforts in the region. On the streets of Jerusalem, public reaction has been largely positive, with many Israelis expressing appreciation for the gesture of support during a sensitive moment in the country's recovery. Security was tight throughout the capital, with thousands of police officers deployed around the Senate and nearby government districts. Internationally, leaders from Europe and the Middle East welcomed the hostage release, an encouraging step toward peace, urging both sides to maintain restraints and continue dialogue. Humanitarian agencies have also confirmed that medical and logistical support is being expanded in affected areas as part of the ongoing ceasefire process. As of today, officials in Jerusalem say negotiations are continuing to locate and recover any remaining hostages and to stabilize the ceasefire agreement with international backing. Both Israeli and US diplomats have expressed caution optimism, calling the latest developments a meaningful step toward border regional claim. Former President Donald Trump concluded his visit by meeting with Israeli lawmakers and security officials before departing from a private event in Jerusalem. His address to the Senate is being described as a symbolic but significant reminder of the long-standing partnership between Washington and Jerusalem. This is Talkpoint, bringing you verified, fact-based coverage of US politics, international diplomacy, and the stories shaping global affairs. Stay informed, stay engaged, and subscribe for continuing updates on world events and developments that matter.